This movie had no explosions, no fancy effects, not even any big-name stars. All it had was a psychological chess match between a cannibal doctor and a rookie FBI trainee. And somehow, it shook the entire country. Once it hit theaters, the buzz was insane. Critics couldn't stop raving, and audiences were dropping comments like, "Movie of the Year, a masterpiece, no question." This film became just the third in Oscar history to sweep the Big Four: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Actress. A clean sweep, a legendary run, and a lot of people still believe it should have been the biggest film of 1991, but it wasn't. It lost. It got beat by a film that broke every rule in the book. Not a drama, not a mystery. Heck, it barely had any dialogue. What it did have: car chases, explosions, shootouts, and a stone-faced cyborg. And yet, it delivered raw emotion. It made you feel the weight of fate. That film? Terminator 2. Now here's the wild part. T2 was a straight-up gamble. No one believed in it at first, because it was too expensive. We're talking $100 million budget, the most expensive movie ever made at the time. Who the hell would spend that much money on an R-rated action flick? Especially one that's basically just explosions and visual chaos. In 1991, Hollywood was splitting into camps. Studios like Orion were betting on prestige and Oscars, hence the Silence of the Lambs. Disney was going all in on family-friendly magic with Beauty and the Beast. And studios like Fox and Columbia, they were chasing the teen blockbuster market. But then you had this one studio, Carolco Pictures. Not Warner Brothers, not Universal. These guys were the underdogs, best known for Rambo, and their vibe: if the director says it'll blow up real good, they cut the check. So while the rest of Hollywood was placing careful bets, Carolco went all in. One movie, one sequel, one shot. They dropped $100 million, brought back Arnold, and handed the keys to James Cameron. And Cameron, he did not let them down. He rewrote the entire rulebook for sci-fi action. No more mindless noise. He used tech to tell a story. He teamed up with Industrial Light and Magic to build T-1000, the first ever liquid metal villain. Audiences watched in awe as this shape-shifting killer flowed across the screen. Back then, that was straight-up witchcraft. The effects were so real, so cold, so terrifying. Every time T-1000 showed up, people held their breath. And every time T-800 turned, fired, or took a bullet, it felt like a broken father trying to protect the only thing that gave him purpose. And don't forget, this was an R-rated film. No teen audience, no A-list stars, no cheap low-budget charm like the first movie. But still, it beat everyone. Not just a win, this was a full-on shift in how people saw blockbuster films. Cameron took a sci-fi shell and stuffed it with heartbreak. In between bullets and explosions, he made audiences feel something real. Now let's go back to the Silence of the Lambs for a sec. It had the awards, it had the praise, every frame felt like a work of art, but commercially, it fizzled out, quietly. Its dark tone and slow burn weren't built for mass appeal. Clarice and Hannibal, too refined, too subtle. Great for deep dives and film essays. Not great for getting butts in seats. T2 though, it was loud, emotional, primal. A robot bodyguard teaching a boy how to feel. And that one heartbreaking line:
"I know now why you cry."
Who said blockbusters can't have soul? Who said popcorn flicks can't make you tear up? 1991 was a turning point. Hollywood learned that commercial success and emotional depth don't have to be enemies. They can coexist, even amplify each other. In the end, T2 made over $200 million in the US alone, crushing Silence of the Lambs, Beauty and the Beast, Robin Hood, and every other contender. Globally, $520 million. A sci-fi sequel became a generational icon, and Carolco, that wild little gambler of a studio, they hit the jackpot for a moment. Because a few years later, after a string of flops and reckless spending, they went bankrupt. T2 was their last big win. A final firework, bright, brief, unforgettable. Just like the moment it captured in to make an entire generation believe that wishes really can come true.